The Catholic Morning Show.
You know, folks, the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child, and if that's the case, it takes a town to make a movie. If you're ever watching one of your favorite shows on the silver screen, the people behind that and all the work it takes, the effort it takes, is such a profound undertaking that often goes unnoticed. So when the call goes out that we have a profoundly Christian and Catholic film industry, sometimes we might not understand exactly what goes into that and how much of an effort it is. But we're going to talk about that today with our guest. Mary Bowen is the founder and director of Industrious Family Films. She's going to talk specifically about a new film that's underway, Fabiola. Mary, thanks for coming on the Catholic Morning Show.
Hey, Bo. Thank you for having me on.
Now, for folks who have not had a chance to hear about Industrious Family Films, if you don't mind giving us some backgrounds about how it came about and what you've been up to, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Our family, actually, it's kind of funny. We did not watch movies growing up. It was kind of just something that we avoided as far as, like, secular Hollywood films. And when I was about 14 years old, we watched a movie for the first time in about 4 or 5 years, and it was The War of the Vendée. And it was a low-budget film that was made by a homeschool group in Connecticut. And it was basically just a father and his family and about 150 children that were homeschooled in their group, and they pulled off a movie. And that was the first time when my family just kind of like jaw dropped and was like, we could make movies. So since then, it's just been practicing with every little project. We practice a new skill, and we just work on honing in our skills each one movie at a time. And from there, it's just kind of become what it is now. It's a studio, and we try to make a film once a year and continue to improve our skills as we go.
So 7 feature films, over 20 other productions, and this is since 2017. What's it been like to get a chance as a family to make films and, as you say, hone skills in the doing of making these films?
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. We all really enjoy it, which is a major, is a good thing to work together. So you're actually doing something you all kind of enjoy. We all have different areas we enjoy better than others, and we all can do all of it. But definitely, some of us are better at lights, and some of us are better at cameras, and some are great actresses and actors. So it just kind of everyone leans into what they're good at, and we are able to pull it off as a family crew.
Well, you out there listening, I don't know, I would not think my family would be able to pull off a movie, much less other things, so it's already impressive. But as you've pointed out, so we're speaking with Mary Bowen, who is the founder and director of Industrious Family Films. You have a new film out, well, I shouldn't say out, it's under production, Fabiola. Tell us a little bit about that film and where it is in the sort of production timeline.
Absolutely. So Fabiola is about a pagan Roman noblewoman during the last great persecution of the church. And her ideal person is like a noble character, and she wants to aspire to be like that. She's really into philosophy. She's read all the great, if you call them great pagan works. And she just kind of feels kind of like she's come to a spot and she's stuck. And she looks around at people she admires and wants to kind of imitate them and be like them. And as the persecution breaks out, these people, her friends, are Saints Sebastian, St. Agnes, St. Tarcisius. And so she realizes what she admired in them was their Catholic, their Christian religion. And so she has to decide, am I going to keep being a pagan in this little comfortable life, or am I going to embrace their faith, even though it might cost me my life? So it's kind of the story of Fabiola that we're trying to tell. We have filmed 2 scenes that'll be in the completed project. And one of the scenes was down south in Idaho, and it was in a cave, and we were able to fly Joe McLean out, and he was performing the role of St. Hilarion. And we also were able to film down at the sand dunes down in southern Idaho as well. So those 2 scenes are ready, and we are continuing to raise funds to finish completing the film, and we hope to finish fundraising this year, film all of 2027, and then release in the fall of 28.
Now, if you're just joining us, this is Mary Bowen, who the founder and director for Industrious Family Films, and this is a family affair. They've made 7 feature films, over 20 other productions, and they are in the process of making Fabiola. It's already remarkable to hear what you've done, but just right here in the middle, if folks want to know, you can actually see these 2 scenes. Let people know where they can go find out more and see these scenes for the production that's already underway.
Yeah, if you go to our website, fabiolamovie.com, those scenes are available there, as well as just kind of more about the story. And we do have an open investment for this film. If anyone is interested in investing and owning a part of this project, we do have investments open as well, and you can fill out a contact us form, and we'll send you more information on that and how you can invest. And then also, if you're interested in just giving like a one-time donation, that's also available on our site as well. That also helps make the film come further into completion. But yeah, you can watch those 2 scenes and all other information on fabiolamovie.com.
Now, where did you get the idea? I mean, you told us, of course, that you saw a movie for the first time and you decided we could do that. But not only where did you get the impulse to do movies, where did you get the impulse to tell this story? Like, where did Fabiola first run into you where you decided this is the story we should be telling?
Yeah, definitely after watching The War of the Vendée, and then also at the same time being, finishing up high school and stuff, there's a lot of books that was like, is this made into a movie? And like normally, like all the good old Disney classics like Old Yeller and all that, those are books turned into movies. And there's a lot of good Catholic stories that just haven't made it to the screen. And that's kind of what our goal is to take those little gems that are still kind of locked in page form and bring them to audiences through the medium of film. And Fabiola was definitely that novel was an epic story, and it was a dream project that we really wanted to work on. And here we are, working on our dream project, Fabiola.
Well, and then in that regard, what was it in the timeline of just gaining skills and going through this that you decided this was the time to do the dream product, this was the time to do your first fully funded film, and it be Fabiola?
Right. Definitely with the rise of Angel Studios and The Chosen, it kind of opened this whole idea that we could go a step further, and that just kind of the idea that people could invest in film, and we actually could go with a full budget film. A low budget film is between $300,000 to, I think, up to $1 million, I think, is even still considered a low budget film. And none of our projects were ever that quite big, so we were trying to raise the bar and hit something a little bit higher of a caliber. But it was after making two feature lengths and several short films that we just really wanted to kind of perfect some little things on, and thought if we had a full budget, we could really tell a fantastic story. And we're inspired by the success of The Chosen and other stories that were recently released, that it's actually a good time and a good opportunity to get doing this now.
We're speaking with Mary Bowen, who is the founder and director, Industrious Family Films. So, Mary, before we let you go, when it comes to the type of movie people can expect, and not just in the story itself, but in the sort of scene, in the shot, in the sort of visual cues that you are hearkening to, what's been inspiration for when people see the finished product that they can have in mind that they'll be watching?
Yeah, so as far as like the visual makeup of the film, we definitely are trying to kind of go with this a kind of like an old Hollywood look. We definitely like the movies like Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments, where it's like, kind of this nod to the way films used to be made, but then also it's just kind of attraction to more like modern looking movies. Aladdin, for example, Disney's Aladdin. I just watched Seeking Persephone. That movie is so beautiful. So I definitely think we can, we're going to achieve those looks that more like modern kind of pop films have, not pop, the colors and the music and that more modern leaning into, but also giving a nod to the films that came out of golden Hollywood when there's actually still a modesty standard and a code that we all stuck to. And so kind of going both those ways.
Absolutely. So the film is Fabiola, principal photography underway. We are speaking with Mary Bowen, who's the founder and director of Industrious Family Films. Before we let you go, one more time, if you can explain to people where your production is at in its timeline and how people can be a part of it and find out more and watch scenes.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bo. And then we're going to be having this whole year, we are working on finishing up our funding, all of 2026, trying to get the funding wrapped up underway. And then in 2027, we're going to be really hitting hard at filming, working on building sets, flying the actors out here, and just getting all of the shooting done. And then 2028 will be dedicated to letting the colorist do his magic, letting our film composer make some music for it, and just final critiques in the editing, and then we hope to release it in the fall of 2028.
We appreciate it, Mary. So thank you for coming on the Catholic Morning Show.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on, Bo.
Listen to the Catholic Morning Show weekdays at 7 a.m. Central on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, iowacatholicradio.com, or the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
What legacy would you like to leave? As part of the Legacy Society, your gift supports the future of the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. By participating in the planned giving process, you can be assured that when you leave this earth, your charitable gift will continue to support this apostolate and its mission of connecting people to Christ. If you're interested in including Iowa Catholic Radio as part of your charitable gift planning, call me, Belle Marasco, at 515-223-1150. Thank you for your prayerful support.